What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, please hit the like button and subscribe below. Guys, a few days ago, I was having a conversation in the barbershop with an individual about Ron DeSantis. This guy called Ron DeSantis, number one, he called him a oppressor, okay? And then he called Ron DeSantis Donald Trump with common sense. And thirdly, he called Ron DeSantis the most dangerous man in America because both sides of the aisle like him. And when you ask people who have these sentiments or whatever, or quote beliefs, why they think these things, they spout like TV talking points, like MSNBC, CNN talking points. He brought up the don't say gay bill. I debunked everything he said, because at the end of our talk, he said, man, what a great conversation. So he was shocked because he has never had pushback to the things that he has seen or believed on television. Because we know of the quote censorship and like throttling that's going on. That's kind of the reason why. But in Ron DeSantis' Free Florida, the Department of Education banned a CRT-related course in the curriculum titled AP African American Studies. Okay, now we know April of 2023, Ron DeSantis banned critical race theory. Okay, great job, Ron DeSantis. I like that. Under Florida law, and I'm gonna tell you why I like this. Under Florida law, this course, there would have to be Asian American history. There would have to be European history. We know that these schools, they really, especially liberal, y'all don't want people to learn about European history. So there would have to be a fair across the spectrum. You can't just be discriminatory with this AP African American Studies course. Okay. Secondly, this course is not even widely taught in the whole country. It's a certain pilot program, and some colleges may not even accredit this course going forward if you are like dual enrolled. Okay. Thirdly, I looked into this course because I'm like, okay, let me see what are they talking about in AP African American Studies. They're talking about Black queer studies. What about how slavery started in West Africa? What about how Africa brought people over here? What about Africa? But secondly, in this course, what is being talked about, things like Black feminism, this whole thing about whiteness, made up kind of terminology. So shout out to Ron DeSantis. Instead of financial literacy, getting Votex and trades like CDLs, offering these opportunities in schools, the Democrats want people to learn about foolishness and revisionist history, because really what they want to say is it's 1619. It wasn't 1776. That's not really working. So what they have to do is infiltrate the school system to kind of get people, it's revisionist history. So speaking of the current press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, she was asked about this situation that happened in Florida. And she is just like the guy that I brought up at the beginning of this video. Oh, Ron DeSantis, the most dangerous man in America. Let's listen to what Karine Jean-Pierre, affirmative action hire, had to say, and we will come back and talk about it. Check it out.
Yeah, thank you. What was the White House's reaction to Governor Ron DeSantis' education department blocking the teaching of AP African American Studies, saying it violates Florida's new state law and, quote, significantly lacks educational value? Does the White House have concerns about this action by the DeSantis administration?
So first of all, I want to be very clear. The administration does not dictate any curriculum for local schools. That is not something that we do here. But there is something that we do want to comment. It is incomprehensible that to see that this is what this ban, or this block, to be more specific, that DeSantis has put forward. If you think about the study of Black Americans, that is what he wants to block. And again, these types of actions aren't new. They are not new from what we're seeing, especially from Florida. Sadly, Florida currently bans teachers from talking about who they are and who they love. As we've talked about many times here in this briefing room, they have banned more books in schools and libraries than almost every other state in the country. And let's not forget, they didn't block, be more clear, I want to make sure I'm using the right word here. They didn't block AP European history. They didn't block our music history. They didn't block our art history. But the state chooses to block a course that is meant for high achieving high school students to learn about their history of arts and culture. And it is, it is incomprehensible again. And I will just leave it there. Leave it there to make your own determination of why this occurred and why this happened. Again, it is not our place to direct or to be involved in any local school curriculum, but this is concerning.
Yeah, so guys, this is a very concerning topic. Ron DeSantis, this is what they do. He's just a big bad racist Republican. He's on the move again. I'll leave you guys as to why you think this might have happened. Now, Karine Jean-Pierre, let me tell you something. This administration is overworking you. There's no rule or policy that says you have to give interviews and conduct press conferences every day. Okay? Joe Biden is not doing a good job. So what this administration is doing is throwing you to the wolves. So I'm just trying to figure out who are the real props being used on the aisles of the spectrum. Sounds like it's you. Because again, Joe Biden, you have an inflation, border problem, you got crime, a lot is going wrong. But he throws you to the wolves, this press. Joe Biden's on investigation for what? 5 or 6 batches of documents. You got to go out there and defend him on this. So what's very concerning is your administration, not Ron DeSantis. Florida, the businesses are full, streets are busy. It is a great state to live in. Okay. So this situation about AP African American Studies, come on, this is totally irrelevant, and this class does lack educational value. After leaving this course, what have you learned? You'll be better off just picking up an encyclopedia or just doing your own research. This class is useless, and again, it's nothing but a mass. This is what the Democrats do. They use African American studies. They use black people to get a certain agenda and message through, aka revisionist history. So, again, I want to salute Ron DeSantis for doing this great work of art, banning CRT. More governors in the union should fall in line with what Ron DeSantis did. But I just can't get over Karine Jean-Pierre wanting to say this is so concerning and this is crazy. Karine Jean-Pierre, by the way, you're making $100K a year in Washington, D.C. And again, they are clearly overworking you. What is $100K in D.C. unless you live on like the outskirts? Okay, this administration, but this is what you signed up for. So, it is what it is. And Karine Jean-Pierre, I'm sure she's never had pushback to the things that she claims to believe in, because she I believe she was on CNN before and things like that. But once you get up on these TV platforms, they, in a sense, pay you to be dumb. If that makes sense, they pay you to be uninformed. So, Karine Jean-Pierre, I wish more people like Karine Jean-Pierre would see this video and hopefully do research on the things that you claim to believe in. AP African American Studies? This is ridiculous. And again, under Florida law, there has to be a broad like spectrum: Chinese study, Asian study, European study. So, and really, and Karine Jean-Pierre brought up also about how in Florida teachers are banned from talking about I guess so-called gender and things like that. I think that is a good thing. And Ron DeSantis, I believe he banned it to like the 4th grade. He should have banned it that's totally from school. But 4th grade is a good start. Maybe 10th or something like that. You could have moved it. But that is I guess that's a win. But it's not as base as I would prefer. This whole situation right here is totally ridiculous. Karine Jean-Pierre again showing that she don't know what she's talking about, and it's really sad that the Democrats are still using black people like Karine Jean-Pierre. And I know that she's an immigrant, so I'm not sure. She may identify as like West Nigerian or something. I don't know where she's from. Ghanaian. She may not be African American, but in the sense that the Democrats are still using black people, including Karine Jean-Pierre. They just throw them out into the wolves. And it's really a shame that, people will continue to fall in line for it. And hey, it is what it is. I've never voted Democrat, so this doesn't really matter to me. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments about this situation. Ron DeSantis, 2 huge wins, banning CRT April 2022, and also blocking this AP African American history study, whatever course. How about you learn about something that you will actually use on the AP level? AP literature, English, This AP African American Studies is useless, just like geometry and some of the other courses that they teach in the school system. Share the video. This is CJ. I'll see y'all in the next one.